What's up, y'all? It is hot today. What's going on, y'all? It is hot today. It's like 88 degrees. I'm on my way to the barber shop. I figure I'd talk to you guys real quick. So come on in. I don't know why they kicked me off. What's up? What's up, guys? Who's out there? Is y'all coming in? Say what's up. I'm heading to the barber shop now. I gotta clown my barber, cause you know today one of his favorite players on the Cowboys just got cut. That's Bryant. So I gotta put the shades on, man. It's sunny out here, man. It is sunny. It is sunny. Come on in. Come on in. I'll wait till a few more of y'all come in before I start talking about the topic. I think YouTube had cut me off just now, but I'm back online. What's up, peoples? Who's out there? Man, it is hot today.
If possible, make a legal U-turn.
So, I'm trying to think, where do I even start right now? What's up, y'all? What's up? You know, ever since I moved out here, you guys can hear me? If you can hear me, you know, let me know in the comments, because I got it on Bluetooth, so I'm trying to make sure you guys can hear me. What's going on,
Dominique? If possible, make a legal U-turn.
All right, cool. So y'all can hear me good. So it's gonna be a short live because I'm actually driving to the barber shop right now, which will probably take me about 25 minutes or so. But I figure I'd talk to you guys in the meantime.
Bear right, then turn left.
Now, ever since I came out here, you know, I've had a lot of people assume
in
that
200 feet, turn left onto Main Street. Turn left.
This damn GPS. Stop guidance. Okay. Ever since I moved out here, I feel like a lot of people assume that I have an issue with New York City, because I only been back to New York City twice since moving out here, and I've been here over a year. And I think there's some things I gotta clear up, because one of the reasons why a lot of people find my channel is the Dallas pros and cons video, where I talk about the pros and cons of Dallas. And I noticed a lot of people on the East Coast, although they, you know, agree with me. And here's the thing too, it's like, I don't expect everybody to agree with me. That's just my experience, and my experience is gonna be different from other people. So I don't expect my experience to be the same. But to me, my comments is very, very relevant, because I think when you live somewhere, you born and raised, and you grow up, and you've been all over the place, I think that means you got something, you got some knowledge, you gain some sort of wisdom along the way. So the things that I speak about is things that I know firsthand. So I don't need to ask other people about this or that. Like, I've been to Queens, I've been to Manhattan, I've been to Harlem, I've been to Long Island, I've been to Brooklyn, I've been to all those places. I've been to the Madison Square Garden, I've been to everything. Like, I've done everything already. So when I talk about the comparisons between there and Dallas, I'm telling y'all my perspective. So, but I wanted to make some things clear. I don't hate New York. No, I don't. New York is a dope place. I just know what it is, and I know what it isn't. You see what I'm saying? And I think I just outgrew the situation, and that happens. There's people out here who live in Dallas for a long time that want to move to New York, or they want to move to places because they're tired of the heat. They want to move somewhere where it's cold, and for me, it's like, you serious? Like, I'd rather be out here. Like, this is cool to me. But everybody's different. And so some of the things about New York that it just is what it is, right? So here's the thing. I find a lot of people out here that I meet, when they think of New York, or at least those that want to actually live there, they think about it in terms of New York City. You see what I'm saying? They talk about Manhattan. When they talk about the big buildings and the lights and this and that, they thinking about Manhattan. They not talking about the urban areas. You see what I'm saying? And every place you go has urban areas. Same thing with Dallas. Like, there's certain parts of Dallas that I go to that is more urban than others. You see what I'm saying? But to me, because I've been around it so many times, like, it's nothing. It's like, oh, okay, it's all good. It's whatever. Like, I know how to navigate around that type of environment. But my biggest gripe with New York is very simple. It's very simple. It's the one place, or one of the places, where you could have 2 jobs, you could have 3 jobs. You could be making $100,000 a year. You could be making $150 a year. And your living conditions compared to anywhere outside of New York, it's not worth it. It's nothing. It's nothing. And I think what happens is a lot of the people, they get so accustomed to it that because they don't see anything outside of there, that they feel like this is as good as it gets. And that's why I think psychology, that's why I think the disconnect is that people don't understand that you're paying for the fact of saying, like, yo, you're in New York City. Like, I met so many people that weren't from New York. I know that's why I said one of the places. I was thinking about LA too. One of the biggest thing for me is, like, once you get outside of New York, once you go to certain other places, you realize things. You realize, like, you start looking like, damn, why do they, why is this area set up like this? Why is this area set up like that? You see what I'm saying? And the people who live over here, they making, their homes is over $1 million plus. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's the really good parts, which is separated from the urban parts. And my thing is, like, when you work hard, why shouldn't you want to have the best restaurants around you, or access to the best foods, or why shouldn't you get a big backyard? The reason why it's hard to get that in New York City is because everybody's on top of each other. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's on top of each other, and so it's really hard for you to really get any type of space. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make it clear, like, I didn't grow up in like I didn't grow up in a ghetto, but I didn't grow up in, like, I wasn't in those suburbs or nothing. I wasn't, it wasn't like that. But for them, I grew up in a home, and I was very grateful for the fact that there was a backyard, but I remember growing up and living in apartments in Brooklyn where it's like roaches. You see what I'm saying? Where there was roaches and mice. And I remember my first apartment, I had to get it bombed before I even moved in. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I say bomb, like I mean like in terms of like for insects or rodents or whatever, like I had to get it bombed. And I was in a pretty decent area around a bunch of Jews. For the amount of money that you make and for the amount of money that you spend, your living conditions is still very, very low compared to other places. You see what I'm saying? And that's the part that people don't, you see what I'm saying? They don't really share that part about it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I felt like I had to just kind of clarify, like, it's outside of that, the energy, like people talk about the energy in New York. Of course, man, like the energy in New York is like nowhere other, like period. And so, hold on. And so the energy is like nowhere else. But like I said, there's pros and cons to everything, man. And for the most part, for me, it just outweighed the pros. You see what I'm saying? Like the positive things got old. You see what I'm saying? And especially when you gotta hustle all the time, you don't really get to enjoy the things that's there. Like a lot of the people that are around me, they're thinking about when they actually when they get to like 50 years old or when they retire is when they thinking about actually doing good things. And I'm like, damn, you see what I'm saying? Like you can't even enjoy the things around you. So, that's the main thing. That's the biggest thing that I have to say, man. Cost of living. Like the cost of living and what you get, man, it's not ideal. It wasn't ideal for me. For some people, they like that. They like being on top of each other. They like, coming outside and like everybody's just outside or people's just around. Like, I mean, some people like that. Now, when I went back for the first time back in, I'm trying to think, when was that? I think that was October. I think it was September. It was September. I remember because it was around Labor Day. So when that's exactly how it is in the Southern Cal. I know California is very similar to that, man. That's why even though I have, because of the weather and the women and just the chill vibes, but I knew living there was it wasn't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? It's but so long before the beach get old. So I kind of figured that. But like I was saying, I guess YouTube trying to kick me off. They don't like what I'm saying. But I remember when I went back, I went to a Target, right? And just to pick up some stuff. And when I stepped out of the Target, I literally stood there for like a few minutes, and I was just looking around. Now this is an area where I've been to plenty of times. And I remember I stood and I looked around and I was like, damn, it's so dirty. Like it was just trash, like just all over the place. Like I noticed it right away because when I go to certain places out here, not for nothing, like it's not dirty. And like I remember I stood there and I was like, damn, it's dirty. So I remember I went to the Best Buy, right? Because I had to grab a cord for the car just to charge my phone. And I'm upbeat, I'm cool. Walked in there, man. Everybody looked mad depressed. The workers looked so upset. I'm just like, this is the type of energy, like I don't blame them because I always feel like one of the reasons why a lot of the people there are so stressed, man. They so stressed that it's like they take it out on everybody. They take it out on, you could just see it on their face. And that's why I say like, that's when it really like hit me, man. Like, damn, this was the norm for me. Like this was the norm. And it wasn't until I got outside of that I started to realize other things. And I'm like, yo, like there's another world outside of here. You see what I'm saying? There's another world. And so that's what kind of intrigued me the most. But yeah, when I went back, I was like, damn, yo, it ain't much change. It's the same old. It's the same old. So, I mean, I tell people I love to go back just to visit, but because I feel like being going there to visit, I can actually maybe enjoy it because I know I ain't gotta like stay there and I ain't gotta deal with the hassle for the most part. I could just get in, do what I want to do, get out. I think that's an ideal situation. But as far as living, man, like I never understood why people didn't want, don't want more. Like I think a lot of people there just kind of settle because they think like, oh, I'm in New York, because they see a lot of shit happening around them that they think like, oh, things is good. I feel you, man. I spent 15 years in Vegas. Now I'm back in North Carolina. I could only imagine, how Vegas is. Yeah, in places like the South, I think the biggest opposite to the East Coast, man, is the South. Because once you go to the South, wherever, Atlanta, North Carolina, whatever, like it's just a whole different vibe. And I remember when I first came out here, like people like I still had that fast-paced mentality. I still do. But I had to dial it down a little bit because I was so aggressive, because I was so used to being aggressive out in New York. Like it just makes you aggressive. Like you're aggressive with everything. You see what I'm saying? When you want something, like you gotta go out there and you gotta fight a bunch of people just to get it. So when I came out here, my approach was like, yo, I need to get it. And like I started realizing like everybody was just cool. Like everybody just chilling, like it's all good. And it wasn't until somebody brought it up to me, a coworker at the time. She was like, yeah, man, like it's like, yo, you kind of aggressive, man. like it's okay. But I just had that mentality, like yo, I gotta get it. You see what I'm saying? And that follows you, everywhere you go. But other places, like, you don't gotta be like that. You see what I'm saying? Like you just don't. Like you could make your connections and you could do things. Like I think I just had to dial it down a bit, because being in New York, being on the East Coast, it's like it just numbs you, yo. Like you be around certain things and it just makes you so numb to certain things. I remember, this is a cool, I like to tell stories. And so I remember I went to Maryland, right? Because I have a sister out in Maryland. And I can't remember where we was in Baltimore. I'm sorry. Yeah, we was in Baltimore. And we went to go get something to eat. And I never forget, we went into this one spot. This is before I was vegan, so we was getting like some fish or whatever. And I remember like, there's a bunch of kids or whatever, like younger people just, acting wild, doing whatever they do. And I remember one of them, like, she like, I don't know, she like fell. I don't know if she was having a seizure or whatever, because they was kind of looked a bit bugged out. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I was so numb to the whole situation, man. I was just like, man, I hope I get my food, because like she did this in the store. And it's like, I just had like such a cold mentality because I've been around people so much. Like I've seen people, collapse in front of me, and, people get hurt, and people, like, you get so used to that it's just like, you be like, she be all right. You know what I mean? Like, she be all right. Where everybody's just like panicking, you just like, damn, man, I hope I get my food, which is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's wrong, but that's just how like cold that you get. You see what I'm saying? When you're around certain things, you just get so numb to everything. And so, she was okay too, by the way, just in case of the story. The ambulance or whatever came, and I guess she was just dehydrated. It was a hot day, but it was just like certain things just make you numb, man. That's why, being around certain groups of people, it's like, it conditions you for that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that. Like I've been in a lot of different scenarios, and so it's helped me even out here. But like I said, even being out here in Dallas is just a different vibe. And that's the best thing I could say, is like, it's just different. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. But I don't hate New York. I just outgrew the situation. And even when I go back and I visit, I just notice things. Environment shapes performance. That's true. You are your environment, man. And let me tell you what really kind of did it for me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? Actually, I'm always honest with you guys, but let me just tell you where, if I had to pinpoint it, right? When I started riding like when I started cycling, okay, and I remember, where I lived, I would cycle to like 2 beaches. And so I used to love cycling. I still do. I enjoy it. But out there in New York, like once I really got into cycling and I started to go different places that I wouldn't really go with my car because I just didn't really need to for whatever reason. But when I started riding my bike and I started going to certain areas, I remember I went to, I can't remember the area. I think it was, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. But I went to this area, and it was a very affluent area. And I remember, riding my bike there and just looking at the size of the homes, looking at the community, right? One thing, there was things that I noticed. I noticed there was no McDonald's in the area. There was no liquor stores in the area. There was no, courts or anything like that. Like anywhere where like people could just kind of like lounge around. Like it was just like homes and people were just outside, big backyards. Like it was just such a dope area. And I'm just like, it's so far, it's close but far from like everything else, like where all the drama was, where all the everything was. Like they were just in a separate area. And I remember just riding around there, man, and it's literally like as soon as I crossed a certain line, like I knew I was in like I felt like I was in this like a different world. Believe it or not, like it's weird. I'm trying to describe it, but it's like I was in a different world once I got there. And that's when I realized like, yo, there's a different world. You know what I mean? Like there's a different way of living. Like there's a more comfortable environment that I could be in. Now, granted, that area, again, very affluent. Those same homes was going for like $1.5 million probably, like, very affluent area. But it just goes to show, like, you could, seeing those different areas just open up my eyes, open up my perspective. And so I was just like, from there, I was like, man, I don't know if I could stay here, for the rest of my life. I don't know if I could stay here without, living somewhere else where I could be more comfortable. And that's when it started to click, and I started to say, let me start researching, let me start really seeing what else is out there. Because prior to that, man, like, I guess I would have, just been living in get a little house somewhere in Brooklyn and just be, right up on top of everybody else. You see what I'm saying? So, hold on a second. So that's what really kind of did it for me, was once I started to actually see other areas and like be comfortable. That's when I was like, shit, man, like, yeah, this ain't enough, man. This ain't for me. You see what I'm saying? So some people don't have that, they don't have that type of desire, man. And that's okay. Like I said, it's all good, man. Like, some people just love the grind or whatever, or some people just, they don't see a way out. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get a lot of people like that. Like they can't imagine anything, because you get so comfortable. Even in a bad situation, you could get comfortable. You could be comfortable in a bad situation too. And so some people, I think, just are very comfortable in their routines, that they don't want to come outside of that routine. So that just wasn't me. That wasn't me. Oh shit. Oh man, hold on. Yeah, so that's what I gotta say about that, man. That's what I gotta say about that. But it's always gonna be home. Like I said, I still got homies over there. Still got family over there. But like I said, most of the people that come out here and they see the situation, they know. What 3 tips would you give to aspiring internet entrepreneurs in terms of your mindset? As far as 3 tips, first of all, you gotta believe in whatever it is that you're doing more than anybody else. Like, you gotta really want it. You can't be dependent on other people liking what it is that you do. You can't be dependent upon anybody giving you an opportunity. Like, you got to create your own opportunity. So I think the biggest thing, I don't know if I even need to do three things. I think that's the biggest thing. You just got to believe in what it is that you're trying to accomplish more than anybody else, and be willing to sacrifice, you know, whatever it is in order to get to that particular goal. Like, you got to have some sort of like Navy SEAL type of mentality, you know what I mean, where it's just like, that's your mission, you know, you got to seek and destroy. Like, you got to just go after it. And I think once you do that, like, you'll clear out a lot of the noise in your life, because when you have a specific goal, a specific thing that you're trying to accomplish, anything that starts to come that takes you, that tries to take you away from that, it's your job to remove that from your environment. And so people who have clear goals tend to move other people out of the way. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even need three. I think that's like the main thing, man. Just believe in what it is that you're doing, first and foremost. And forced to travel in a small town is not for me to spend my life goals. Hey, I mean, why not? Why not? It's a big world that we live in, man. It's a big world that we live in. A lot of opportunities, and most people don't even scratch the surface while they're around. So you want to try to maximize everything you can while you can. Come on, man. Gotta be aggressive on the road, you know? But nah, I feel you. Like, even out here, like, when I was looking, like, I'm still a city boy. Like, I still gotta be in the city. I still gotta be wherever it is. Whether I'm in North Carolina, whether I don't care where it is. Like, I would prefer to be in the city for me, because I like to be around a lot of it. But I like to also know that I could kind of get away from it when I want to. You know, so at least for now. I mean, you know, once you start having a family and all of that, then maybe things might change. You got different priorities. But for me, I'm a city boy, so I'm always gonna want to be in the city. I can't deal with the small town. That's why I feel like Dallas kind of suited me, because Texas in general is just huge. Clear intent, eliminate distractions. Absolutely. There you go. See? There you go. Those are the three things. I'm actually almost done with this documentary, and so I can't wait for you guys to see that. I'm gonna be doing a video next week that I'm gonna put up, which is gonna be pretty cool. Here's all I'm gonna tell you that's in the video. Is gonna be BMW, drones. You're gonna have some Built for Anything apparel in there. Like, it's gonna be really cool. Have I visited Austin? I was supposed to visit it during the Veg Fest, which was, I think, last week Saturday, but I didn't go because it collided with some other things that I had to do. And plus, it was, you know, anytime they was having an event like that and everybody was going there, it was just like, it was gonna be too crowded. Plus the weather was crazy. Like, it was cold for no reason. Like, it was really cold that weekend. So, but no, I will be going to Austin really soon. I have to. I keep hearing they got some really good vegan food over there. The vibes is very chill. Austin is like it's a college town. Hold on, if you want to move to Dallas or Frisco, hold on, let me read that. Dallas or Frisco, what's your advice or thoughts? I think I got friends in general, the area though. I got friends who, oh shit, car accident. I got friends that live in Frisco, and Plano, and, you know, all that good stuff. I mean, listen, all those areas, see, here's the thing, right? All these areas are still being developed. Like, all these areas are still being developed because more and more people are moving here. Like, they're putting up buildings, like, I just realized next to where I'm at, like they're building like new high rises as well. And so I think those areas are cool, man. Like, those areas are changing. Like, they're trying to make it where people have attractions and reasons to go over there, that is not just families. Damn, my barber's gonna be pissed at me. It's like 3:31. It's whatever. Um, you know, I'm like 5 minutes away, guys. So ask your questions. Let me know before I wrap this up. But yeah, I think those areas are really cool. Those areas are cool, man. It just depends on what you want. It depends. Frisco's like New York City. Things are overpriced. Yeah, you're probably right. I love Dallas. I most definitely want to move there in a few years. Yeah, and actually, by the time you move in a few years, it's gonna be very different. And it'll probably cost you a little more because, like I said, they are building and building. Like I felt like I got here before things really exploded because everywhere I turn, they're building up new things. With the Frisco, and I was definitely impressed, interested in moving. Yeah, nah, Frisco was cool. There's a lot of different parts here, man. There's a lot of. That's what's up. Dallas is amazing. So happy I made the move. That's what's up, Promise. Welcome to the D. The city is just booming, man. It's just booming. There's a lot of development, man. People forget there's a lot of oil money here. There's a lot of real estate developers out here. So they put a lot of money into these things, unlike other cities. You go to other cities, you like, what are you doing with my tax money, man? Like, what are you doing with my tax money? Like the roads and shit. Like, what are you doing with my tax money? Get back to Vegas before the Raiders get there. Oh yeah, the Raiders. That's gonna be big. Shit, even in LA with the Rams, man, that's gonna be big. The way the moves they making, shit. But yeah, it's like my thing is, I just like to see cities that are developing, that are trying to do things. Like that's it. We all pay taxes. Like, show me what you're doing with my money. Show me what you're doing with the money. So that's my thoughts on that. But definitely visit. I'm gonna be clowning with my barber. Have you been to Houston yet? Nah, I haven't been to Houston. I was supposed to go to Houston right when that hurricane happened. Thank God I was literally supposed to be there like a day before all of that. But nah, I haven't been to Houston. I'm gonna be honest, like my desire to go to Houston has dropped significantly because of the humidity, the traffic, the things that I hear, man. It's like, I mean, I feel like I gotta go check it out myself, but god damn, man, like everybody I speak to who's been there, they like, everybody says the same thing. Everybody says the same thing. Like, this is not, they can't stand it. And I'm like, damn, really? You know what I mean? It's like, there's two things. Everybody says they don't like Houston. And the second thing is everybody says they love Austin. Regardless, I'm telling you, whoever I speak to, whatever the nationality, they always love Austin. But Houston, it's the same thing. No matter who I talk to, they don't like it. Very diverse. Which is, one of the reasons why, I definitely want to go check it out. I'm pretty sure because it's very diverse, I figure there'll be more culture there in terms of the food, in terms of, the people. I'm still gonna check it out. You've encouraged me. I'm definitely gonna go check it out. Low tax states like Nevada, Colorado, what minimum salary does it take to move to Dallas, to those states? I think honestly, from what I know, the only no state income tax places are Texas, Florida. Interrupted. So but yeah, as far as no state income tax, Dallas, Florida, and I believe Las Vegas is no state income tax as well. For me, I think no state income tax really, really does help, obviously, because it just means more money in your pocket. Houston is fun. Feeling a little down today. What he said? I'm cool. I'm about to wrap this up though. I just got to the barber shop and I gotta get on my barber about them Cowboys. So I'm about to wrap this up. But I guess to answer the question is it depends on you, man. It depends on It depends on what your lifestyle is and what it is that you need in order to survive. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's lifestyle is different. Somebody could get by on 30K and another person can't buy on 30K. Some people can't get by on 100K. Yeah, it just depends. Woo, it is warm out here. All right, y'all, so I'm about to walk into the barber shop right now. It was good talking to you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Check out the replay. Peace.